Miriam College no? Pero mamaya pa may breakout meeting kami. So anyway, start muna tayo ha. So here you have the issuance of additional shares. No? So if companies would like to issue additional shares, no, so bali mangyayari doon, mag-issue lang sila. No? But the issuance of the additional shares should not be more than the authorized. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na authorized capital stock. So the authorized capital stock is the maximum number of shares. Pagka nag-exceed na sa authorized, hindi na sila pwede mag-issue ng additional shares. Unless, of course, they will seek again the approval of Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay, so kung mag-issue tayo ng shares, sandali. No, ito yung example natin. So, halimbawa, si PSC Corporation has been authorized to issue capital stock of 1 million shares at present. It has outstanding 500,000 shares of common stock. So, PCS Corporation is planning to buy new equipment that will expand the firm's operations. So, the amount needed for the new acquisition is 2.5 million. Tapos sabi, let us assume that new stock can be issued at 20 pesos a share. Now, to meet the amount needed for the acquisition, the number of shares to be issued must be. So, meron tayong amount needed, di ba? 2.5 million. Ito yun.
Yes
Then
po.
divided by 20 pesos, ito siya. So, 125,000 shares. Okay? So, pasensya na kayo kung medyo mahina yung boses kong... Naririnig niyo ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Okay, kasi meron akong bukas din yung isang laptop ko eh. Kasi nga may meeting din ako sa kabila. Kaya lang sabi ko, baka mamaya marinig ako ron, ano? Papasensya na kayo ha. So anyway, so ang may issue daw na shares bali ay 125,000 shares based on the amount needed and then the issue price per share na 20 pesos. Kaya nga lang, ang mangyayari dyan, yung ownership ng isang company, once you added additional shares, no, madidilute yung ownership nila. No, madidilute yan. So, kaya mangyayari doon, bago actually offer yan sa outside investors, no, it will be offered to the current investors or current stockholders, no? Kasi lumalabas pagka nag-issue sila ng additional na 125,000 shares, ito yon, ang mangyayari no, na magiging total shares outstanding na bali ngayon nila ay 625,000. Kasi 500,000 plus 125. Kaya magiging 625,000 shares. Pero bago i-offer itong 125,000 shares na yan sa iba, it will be offered first to the current stockholders. Now, if you do not want to avail, so chances are, it will be diluted. No? Madidilute siya. Okay, next. So, if you want to issue a stock, no? Ang pupuntahan nyo syempre ay yung investment banker, no? So, one of the functions of the finance manager is to raise money for the firm to support operations or future expansion of the company. And when they look for assistance, they normally go to a financial intermediary like an investment bank. So an investment bank is a middleman engaged in raising long-term funds for businesses and government agencies. So it gives advice to the issuing corporation on the prices and securities to be issued. So yung investment bank, sometimes yung mga to, yung bank rin mismo yan, no? Yung mga universal bank. Although there is a separate company for the investment banking, but investment banking may be um, part of the services no being offered by the universal bank. Pero hindi lahat ng bangko nag-offer niyan, ha? Universal bank lang. Okay, so next. So ito yung mga functions ng investment bankers. So yung mga functions niya I want is to originate securities issues, no? So there will be a negotiation between the officers of the issuing firm and the officers of the investment bank. So pag-usapan nila regarding yung mga issues no that they would like to issue halimbawa. So gusto na mag-issue ng stocks o kaya ng bonds, no? So pag-usapan nila diyan, how many shares, how much bonds, will be issued by the firm. So pag-uusapan nila diyan, no? So even yung mga commissions na pag-uusapan nila diyan syempre. Kasi hindi mababayad si investment banker na walang bayad pagka ginawa na 'yon. 'Di ba? So there should be. Sandali tinawag ako. So yun na nga, no? So yung commission will be dealt also by the two parties, no? Hindi mo pwede mag-serve si investment banker ng walang commission, di ba? Okay, so number 2, to underwrite the issues by guaranteeing the sale in the primary capital market. Kasi every time na you will issue na IPO, okay, mga bonds, no, yung for the first time, that will be issued in the primary capital market. It is not in the secondary market. It is always in the primary market. Okay? So, yung underwrite na to, ibig sabihin nun, i-issue ng investment banker yan. Ngayon, sometimes the issue is too much for the investment banker. Kaya minsan, ang ginagawa nila, they will recruit other members, no? Other members na investment bank also. So once they recruited other investment bankers, no, to underwrite the issue, ang tawag na doon ay syndicate, no? And then the original investment banker na has yung dealt with the company becomes the lead and the underwriter. Tapos yung mga ibang underwriters na ni-recruit, members na lang yan, no? So kasi the lead underwriter do not want to take the full responsibility, no? Especially if the amount involved is very high. So masyadong risky sa part nila yon. Kaya ayaw nila ng ganun, no? And then to manage the distribution of these securities to the ultimate investors. So meaning, hahanap sila ng market. So the market may be individuals or companies. And then the fourth one is to give advice to the corporate clients on long-term financial matters, no? So kaya kasi itong mga investment banker na to, ito yung mga expert, no, sa pag-i-issue ng stocks. And then they are knowledgeable also when it comes to finances, no? Yung mga corporate finance kasi yan talagang trabaho nila eh. Okay? Question so far. May question ba kayo?
Wala po.
Maliwanag sige, next. So investing procedures. No, so for the investing procedures, kung ikaw na yung halimbawa yung company nag-issue na ng stock, no? Let's say stock, tapos ikaw mag-invest. So ito yung magiging procedure niya bale. So number 1, ay mali Actually, number 1 dito is that choose a stockbroker. So that is number 1. Because you cannot buy or sell stocks without a stockbroker. So you have to look for a stockbroker. Ang mga kilalang stockbroker yan, called financial, no? Yung HSBC Securities, AB Capital, no? Yung BPI Securities. Marami yan, no? Yung mga stockbrokers na to. So if you want to buy stocks, no, you have to look for a stockbroker. And then you open an account and fill out the customer account information form and to submit identification papers for verification. So important yan, no? Nag-a-apply ka kasi. So dapat may mga application form para sa bank rin yan, no? Pagka nag-apply ka, all the information about you, important, is to be indicated in the application form. And then give the order to your trader and then ask for the confirmation receipt, no? So, syempre, pagka nagkaroon na to, magde-deposit ka naman doon sa account nung investment banker. So when you see magde-deposit ka kasi you are also required to have your own bank, no, para dito ka magde-deposit, no, in favor of the investment banker. So just in case na you would like to buy and just in case you would like to sell and would like to withdraw, yun din yung bankong pupuntahan ng pera. Okay? So pagkatapos nga nun, if you want to give, no, or buy or sell, you can give the order to the trader. So you will deal with the trader, no? and then ask for the confirmation receipt. Pagka confirmation receipt, ibig sabihin, confirm na buy yun o confirm na sell siya. Ha? Pero pagka online, hindi na kailangan yan. Hindi na nyo kailangan ng trader. No? All you need is to open account with a stockbroker and then you can trade on your own online. Eh, kung ito, yung traditional to, now you can also pay settlement date. No? Pagka nag-order ka ng stock, ang bayad niyan, T plus 3. Kaya kung bumili ka ngayong Monday, ang bayad niyan Thursday. Ganon din yon. Pagka nagbenta ka ngayon, ang tanggap mo Thursday. Ganon. Ha? So the investor shall receive from his broker either the proceeds of sale of your stocks after 3 business days or proofs of ownership of stocks you bought, confirmation receipt and invoice. So pagka bumili ka o nag-sell ka, pinapadala sa bayan. Pero ngayon nga, bira na. No? Kasi most of the time, online na sila. Marami ng online. Pagka kasi manual, ang daming hassle niyan, ano? Ang daming hassle niyan. So the investor shall receive from his broker either the proceeds of sale of your stocks, but pareho lang yata yun. Pareho lang, ano? Pareho lang. Ha? Pero ganun ang magiging procedure niya. So first, you have to look for a stockbroker. Tapos, you open an account with them and then fill out a customer account information form and to submit identification papers for verification. So normally, mga ID, no? ID at saka dapat at least 18 years old. And then you have to identify which bank you will deposit. And then you can also withdraw. Okay, next. So ito yung trading hours ng PSE, no? So mag-start ng 8:45 national anthem. Tapos meron siyang pre-open auction period. Ibig sabihin, buy and sell na dyan, no? May bid and ask na. Pero hindi pa nag-start talaga yung formal trading. Tapos may pre-open, no cancel period na yan. Pagka pumasok ka ng 9:15, nag-buy ka, tapos gusto mong bawiin, hindi na pwede, no? Kasi no cancel period dyan, eh. Pero ang opening talaga ay 9:30 a.m. And then that will stop at 12 o'clock kasi may market recess. And then it will be resumed at 1:30 p.m. and then it will stop at 3:30 p.m. Pero meron siyang pre-close auction period na tinatawag naman, no? Tapos pagdating ng 3:18, wala na rin cancellation nun. So tapos tatakbo ulit yung stock market kasi pagdating ng 3:15 mag-stop yon. Mag-stop siya kasi para entertain na lang yung pre-close auction period na yan. Pero after that, tatakbo siya ulit ng 3:20 at kung ano yung maging price ng 3:20, yun na yung price, closing price niya for the day. And then yung 3:30 p.m., stop na yung trading balik. Pero right now, dahil meron tayong pandemic, nag-start sila ng 9:30. No, 9:30 and then it will stop at 1 p.m. So tingnan natin, ha. Buksan ko yung trading account ko if you want to see it, no? Para makita nyo rin. Ayan, share. So for example, that is an actual trading, no? Actual trading yan. Ha? So makikita nyo yung ticker tumatakbo. Nandito yung mga stocks, no? Yung mga prices nila. So nag-start na kasi 9:30 na, no? 9:32 na nga, eh. So yan yung example ng isang broker, no? Yung AB Capital Securities. And then if you want to buy, no? Nandito lang siya. Yan, pwede mo tingnan dito. Okay, dito naman, pwede rin. O yan. So you will make a buy. So kung magpa-buy ka, lagay mo yung quantity. mataas yung price. Kung gusto mo mag-get ng quote, ito yung quote niya. No? So may nagko-quote ng 1,379, 1,382. Okay, so yan yun, pagka buying or selling. Pagka sell naman, ganun din naman siya. Ganun din yung form niya. But this time, nandito yung sell. Kung gusto mong buy, nandyan. Kung gusto mong sell, dito. No, may kilik-click lang. No? Nakikita na ba, class? Nakikita nyo? Hello? Okay, so yan yung mga prices natin, ha? Diyan makikita. So yung mga quotes din, makikita nyo dito kung gusto niyo. So let's say you have multiple quotes yan. No? Makikita nyo mga stocks na kino-quote. Okay? So yan. Na? So ito yung top gainers na nasa right side. Pinapakita na. So top gainer niya yung si Now. Ha? Si Now. Ang top gainer ngayon. Tapos ito yung mga losers naman nasa baba. Okay? So yan mga yan. So yan yung mga part, no, sa investing. Balik tayo sa ating lesson ulit. But that is an example of trading bali nga, ano? And if you want to trade, you have to have an account with a broker. So balik na tayo doon sa kapila. Okay. Okay, so tapos sa investing, time, okay na. So boardlot system. Ano ibig sabihin ng boardlot system? So equity trading is done by boardlot or round lot system. So the boardlot table determines the minimum number of shares an investor can buy or sell at a specific price range. So therefore, the minimum amount of initial investment varies and will depend on the market price of the stock as well as its corresponding board lot. So prices of stocks move through a scale of minimum price fluctuations. So example niyan ito, no? Ito yung board lot system na tinatawag. So let's say ito yung price ng stock, no? 0.25 to 0.49950. Nakikita niyo ba yung cursor class? Hindi. Wala no? Walang cursor, ano? Anyway, so let's say nakikita niyo yung sige, tignan na lang natin. Halimbawa, pang fourth line, halimbawa. So you have the 0.25 doon sa left side to 0.4950. So ibig sabihin nun, ang lot size na 10,000. So every time na bibili ka, 10,000 ng 10,000, no? And then yung tick size, ibig sabihin nun, 0.0050. Wag yan, medyo magulo yan, no? Hanap lang tayo ng isa. Ito, yung 100 to 199.9 yung price ng stock. Hanapin nyo muna yung 100 to 199.9. Nakita nyo na? Yung 100 to 199.9. Paki-check. Kung nakita nyo na, bago ko explain. Ang hirap eh. Nakita nyo yung 199, 100 to 199. Wala tayong ano. Nakita nyo na? Okay, so yan, price, no? So makikita nyo may tick price, tick size na 0.10, 0.10 at saka lot size na 10. So ibig sabihin ko, ang price ng stock, ang range na nasa 100 to 199.9. Ang binibili mong stock dapat 10 ng 10 shares, no? So yung divisible by 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 shares, gano'n. Yun ang lot size, ibig sabihin. Hindi ka pwede bumili ng 5, 12, 7, mga ganyan. So every 10 ang bili mo. So 10, 20, 30. So divisible by 10. Tapos ang price na, ang tick size na, 0.1. So let's say 100 dyan, no? 100 pesos yung price. Pagka bumili ka halimbawa ng 10 shares, ang price na 100.1 o kaya 100.2 o kaya 100.3. Hindi pwede maging 100.35 o kaya 100.45. It should be 100.1 or 100.2 o kaya 100.3. So, ganun siya, ha? Yan yung sa board lot system. Okay, buying transaction, ito yung example niya. Halimbawa, si Mr. X wishes to buy a stock whose price is 10 pesos. So based on the board lot table, the number of shares you can buy at a regular transaction should be multiples of 100 shares. So in this case, Mr. X wants to buy 1,000, which is a multiple of 100 shares. His required cash outflow will be as follows. So yung market price 10, number of shares to be bought 1,000. So ito yung pagiging price na 10,000. May broker's fee na 0.25% plus 0.12% ng VAT, no? O yun, na makuha na 28 pesos. Okay? So 8 peso, 28 pesos I mean. Tapos noon, ano ba yun? Ano nga ba yung SEC? Nakalimutan kong pangalan niya. I forgot yung SEC fee na to, no? But you have the transaction value times 0.005%. And then SCCP fee, transaction value times 0.01%. So 1 peso. So i-add natin lahat, no? 10,000 times 28 times plus 0.5 plus 1 peso. So dapat mong bayaran ay 10,029.50. So yung transaction cost mo lumalabas 29.50. In addition to the price of the stock of 10,000. Okay, so pag-aralan nyo yan, ha? Okay, so next. So selling, ganun din, no? Meron din siyang market price. I mean, you have to follow still the board lot, no? Tsaka yung tick size na. But this time, yung cost, ito, ibinabawas. Kaya kung binenta mo siya, no, at 10 pesos naman, 10,000 yung selling price lumalabas, etong mga to naman, ibabawas mo. Pagka nag-buy ka, itong mga to, idadagdag, no, yung naka-red. Pero pagka nag-sell ka, lahat ng to, no, yung naka-red at saka yung mga naka-black sa ilalim, ibabawas dun sa 10,000. So pagka nabawas sa 10,000, yun lang matatanggap mo, no? Pagka bili, dagdag yung transaction cost. Pagka benta, bawas yung transaction cost dun sa proceeds mo. Okay, so dilution of earnings per share. So ito yung dilution naman. So when we say dilution, kanina binanggit ko yung dilution, di ba? Pagka nagkaroon sila ng additional shares na i-issue. Tama? So mangyayari ngayon, bumababa yung ownership mo nga sa company if you will not avail of the preemptive right. Okay, sabi rito, with the increased number of outstanding shares, the EPS will result to dilution. No? So it simply means that the EPS will decrease as outstanding shares increase. For example natin, so using the previous example, yung kanina, yung sa itaas, no? Ito, yung basta yung nasa itaas, yung PSC, no? So we have the PSC Corporation has a net income, so before interest expense and tax of 2 million. And the firm has another option of issuing a 12% interest-bearing bonds amounting to 2.5 million. So the tax rate is 40%. So if PSC Corporation will issue additional shares, the EPS is. So yung net income after tax natin is 2 million. Tapos may tax. So bawasan muna natin ng tax. So yung preferred stock dividend requirement, wala pa naman binayaran kasi na dividend. So kaya minus 0 pa lang to. But the problem is there is 125,000 shares na magiging denominator mo. No? Kaya lumalabas yung EPS mo ngayon 1.92. no? 1.92. Okay, so ganun siya. Nakuha nyo class, pero pagka nag-declare na to ng 12%, saan na ba siya? Before interest, saan na ba siya? Wala pa, no? Wala kasing preferred stock, kaya zero to class, ha? Pero pagka may preferred stock dyan, no? Kung may preferred stock yan, ibabawas pa natin yung preferred stock, dividend requirement. Eh, walang preferred stock kaya zero. Pero lumalabas yung EPS niya, liliit. Kasi nga nagkaroon ng additional na 125,000 shares sa denominator natin. Kasi kung wala yung 125,000 shares na yan, lalabas ano yan? Lalabas yun ay 5 divided by 500,000. Ang lalabas dyan, dapat ang EPS ay 3.20 kung walang additional shares na in-issue. But since there is an additional shares issued, kaya lumalabas from 3.2 na EPS naging 1.92. Ah? Nakuha nyo class? Naintindihan? Hello? Ano ba ito? Christine Valerie. Naintindihan ba, Christine?
Yes po.
Okay, so naintindihan nyo ha? Patricia? Noemi?
Yes, sir. Opo, sir.
Sige. Okay. So, continue ako ha? Oh, pero tingnan ninyo. Dito kasi ang sabi rito, the firm has another option, no, of issuing a 12% interest-bearing bonds amounting to 2,500,000. Another option yan, ha? Kundi sila mag-issue ng stocks, ang pwede lang issue daw yung bonds. Tignan mo naman yung sa bonds. So, syempre, kung bonds naman yan, kung may net income ka 2 million, babawas mo muna yung interest expense. Sa 2 million times 0.12. Saan nakuha yung 0.12 na yon? Ito. Diba? May 12% dito na interest-bearing bonds at ang kanyang in-issue ay 2,500,000. So kung 2,500,000 yon, mali pa nga yung interest ko. Interest expense ko, 2 million lang yung pinagbasihan ko. Kaya check natin ha. Times 0.12. Mali lang yung ano ko, amount na nalagay. 300,000. Tama naman, no? Kasi yung interest expense is 2,500,000 to 2,500,000 times 0.12 dapat yan class, ha? 2 million times 0.12. 2,500,000 ha? Hindi 2 million yan. Type lang yan. Typographical error. Kaya check ko yan, ha? Okay, so tapos na, bawas natin yung 300,000 from 2 million. It's 1,700,000. Tapos nun, may tax expense tayo ngayon na 1,700,000 times 40, 680,000. Pero tignan nyo class yung effect sa EPS. Mas mataas siya compared dito na 1.92 lang. Di ba? Dito sa ibaba, nung in-issue yung bonds, ang EPS niya 0.04. Hindi na dilute. Bakit? Kasi yung common shares outstanding, the same pa rin na 500,000. Kaya sabi rito, based on the comparisons above, it can be seen that the EPS under the issuance of bonds is higher than the issuance of additional shares. It simply means that increased additional shares will result to a lower EPS. Kaya nagkakaroon ng dilution. Okay, so market price per share tayo ngayon. Ano ibig sabihin ng market price per share? So it is the current selling price of the stock as perceived by the market. As such, it is the commonly perceived true value of the stock. This is the main objective of the finance manager to increase the stockholders' wealth through the market price per share of the stock. So, example natin, so meron tayong HET Corporation is planning to raise 5 million for its IPO. No? Tapos, it is expected that right after issuance, the total market value of the stocks will be 25 million. At present, HCT Corporation has 2 million outstanding shares that are closely held. In order to raise to 5 million, how many new shares must be issued and what is its expected market price per share? So, ang sagot ay ito. So, meron tayong 2 million shares, divide natin sa 0.80. So, nanggaling naman dito yung mga ano natin, no? Asan siya? So, meron ito pala, no? So, meron since the total market price of the overall stock is anticipated at 15 million, the new shares will have 0.20. So that is 5 million divided by 25 million of the outstanding shares. Furthermore, the shareholding before the issuance is 0.80. So that is 1 minus 0.20. So yung 0.20 na to galing dun sa 5 million divided by 25 million. So ito siya, no? Meron siyang 5 million divided by 25 million, which is 20%. O, kaya dito, yung total number of shares na 2 million divided by 0.80, meron tayong 2.5 million. No? So the new shares now is 2 million 5 times 0.20. So that is 500,000 pesos. No? Tapos, right after to the stock issuance, the estimated market price per share to sell the securities is, no? So the expected market value is 25 million. And then the common shares outstanding is now 2 million 5. So, kung 2 million 5 yan, ibig sabihin dapat yung market price niya ay 10 pesos. So, saan nakuha yung 2 million 5? Dito na nakuha yan, no? Hindi peso to, ha? Mali, no? Mali yan. Hindi peso yung 2 million shares na yan. Dapat ay 2 million shares yan. Check ko lang, sandali. Ayan, 2 million shares, no? Hindi ano. Nagkamali lang ako. May peso ako na ilagay rito, no? Peso sign. It should be 2 million shares lang. 2 million shares lang yan. Okay, so yan na yun. Tapos na pala tayo. No, hanggang dito lang pala ako sa market price per share. So next meeting for the capital market will be valuation of stocks. Valuation of stocks tayo susunod. Okay, so stop muna tayo rito. And then we will resume at 10:30 for the investment naman, no? Investment. So we have a new topic for the investment management pala natin. Okay? So stop muna ko rito. So again, we will use the same link plaza for the investment and portfolio management natin. Okay? So may question ba kayo?
Sir, pwede pong pa-forward yung recording ng
Ay, pa-forward ko to.
Okay po, thank you.
Last time naman binigay ko din sa inyo, di ba?
Yung PowerPoint,
Sir, hindi po.
yung PowerPoint lang, pero yung recording po hindi po.
Wala ba yun? Saan napunta yung mga recording na yun? Sige, di bali mamaya pagkatapos right after ipapadala ko, ha?
Sige po, thank you po.
Sige, okay, mamaya 10:30 tayo, ha? Stop ko muna yung recording nito.